Welcome to... Okay, we are live on Restream. We are live on Twitch. And hopefully YouTube will be not too long behind. Okay, it likes the stream bitrate, likes the settings. Restream is not complaining for once. How's Twitch doing? And we have bitrate, it says offline. Which obviously is not correct. Can I change this? If I change this to pictures, activity feed, stream info, stream health, bitrate. Okay, it seems to like it. I don't know if that. YouTube sales and Twitch Inspector. Ooh. Right, no, I'm not gonna do that now. All right, let's get started. So I'm gonna look at a feature that the BremSter community have voted on when BremSter did his Sudoku for Sven Day, and there was a list of sort of voted items plus a couple of oh, my microphone is going nuts. Okay, I think that's okay. So this notepad feature I had my eyes on for a while, but there's a couple other things. So let me just pull these out one by one and kind of make some notes on some of the ones that I'm not gonna necessarily work on right away. So 3 in the corner. So the 3 in corner setting. So my thoughts on this is that if I default it to off, nobody will ever see it, because newcomers won't know to switch it on. While if it's on by default, then, you know, advanced users who are bothered by it are more likely able to switch it off if they don't like it. So default off, newcomers will never see it. Default on, veterans can disable. So for me, that setting and similar settings, I'm happy to change that once I build a sort of F2E, a first time user experience option. So for example, the first time such a thing happens, like the poking Sven or something, you know, when I load up a puzzle, it pops up my face here, right? So what I could do is I could put a little pill at the bottom and say, you know, maybe with a screenshot of that saying setting for peak, Sven peak, you know? So defaults, settings, so conclusion, conclusion. Let's do this formally. Settings, like this. Need a F2E feature to give users information and blah, 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 options for the setting when first shown to user or after X visits / puzzles etc. Because sometimes the problem is when you show it for the first time, and I personally don't like that. If I go to a website and it's asking me for all these defaults and things to do the first time I arrive at the website, the problem with that is then I don't know anything about that website or that app or whatever, so I can't decide on these things, right? So I don't necessarily want to show it the first time, especially when there's a bunch, but it could be something that's sort of like a tutorial of the app itself, and then over the first X puzzles played, it randomly picks some setting that the user hasn't decided on yet. And internally, it'll basically have a list and saying, okay, here are the 20 things, the 20 default settings we need to confirm with the user. And then, you know, every couple of puzzles, or no more than X in certain amounts of time, or whatever, it'll pop up a little thing at the bottom and say, hey, you just saw this. This is what it means, more information, default settings on, off, whatever, right? And then, and if they ask for more information, it might show them, hey, here are other things, other settings that you haven't set yet. And this probably should go hand in hand with an over rework of the settings thing here. I mean, I have categories right now, but what I really need is sort of a beginner and expert mode. You know, not just advanced as a separate thing, but there's some settings that everybody should have access to and other settings that are, you know, finicky. So each of these should really have an advanced section kind of thing. All right, so that's my comment on that, and I'll put this in some format for BremSter and his community to see this. I'm not expecting them to watch this stream. Large digits to turning off. I personally totally agree to that. Large digits default to off. 100% agree. I personally, every time I get to use an incognito mode or something, I change that anyways. It's again one of those things that large digits on only really makes sense if you have vision issues and the digits are too small, in which case you probably should seek out these settings. And again, settings might be categorized by vision aids, not just visual, but like accessibility maybe. So right now, and in fact the settings kind of configured to be defaulting to off, but I'm actually jumping through hoops to make it invert itself kind of thing. Not large puzzle. So large digits defaulting to off. This might be something we can actually work on, right? So kind of maybe we want this to, we'll actually put this on the to-do list. And we'll leave it here as well as a response, but I'll put it on the to-do list. Right. So, what's the next item? Have a warning when open if there's a solution embedded or not. I don't know if that's... It feels like one of those features that only matters or only makes sense to people who are in the know. And it'll be a very small number of people. But it might make sense to have some sort of... And that's something I've been wanting, like, besides the pure rule text, to have like a section of generic things. So currently, for example, I have like little icons I show here. And obviously, the title and the author are separate pieces of information. So it makes sense, and in the moment I might just squish it to the bottom of this dialogue, but there might be a sort of note that puzzle doesn't contain solution, right? Add note to rules text if puzzle does not contain solution. And and to be honest, I'm doing this more to establish a place for doing things like that rather than for this specific thing. I mean, I understand why some people want it, because the app might do some weird things when kind of conflict checking if there's no solution, and then people wonder, oh, the app is broken, and so on and so forth. And it's almost it's kind of a benefit for me to let people know, hey, sorry, it's the puzzle, not me. There's not much I can do about it. I mean, unfortunately, not unfortunate, but obviously newcomers to the site don't necessarily understand the relation between the app and the puzzles, or lack thereof, right? All right, so account feature. Yeah, account features we're working on, accounts is a big thing that's being worked on. Yeah, it's a big thing. It's gonna take its time. So that's this one. Yeah, account feature where people can log in and see their puzzle status, and it carries over to other devices. Yes, but there might be an option to pull some features forward. For example, I'd love to have maybe a menu item or a page that people can go to, and they just, and let's put this like here, e.g, page with progress info on local puzzles. And one of the reasons that doesn't exist currently is because I need a reverse lookup, but the PuzzleDB might be able to do that for me. Needs reverse puzzle lookup. Because the problem is currently that there isn't a link from the local puzzle stored puzzle progress data to the puzzle itself. Because, you know, we have short IDs now, but we didn't used to have short IDs. And to be honest, I should include the short IDs with the thing, and maybe that's something I should add. So maybe we'll do that. Add short IDs to stored progress. I think that's a big thing, because I haven't even thought of doing that. Because it's kind of be backwards compatible, and a lot of people have progress of puzzles that don't have short IDs, and I didn't want to put the long puzzle data into local storage and waste that space, because I figured you go to the puzzle via the URL, it has the puzzle data, and then it just needs to find the stored data. But finding the puzzle from the stored data is much more difficult. But there's some things we can do. That's the one thing. And the other thing I was thinking about is to basically have a serverless, I mean, it's going to use the server, but an accountless way of saying, okay, I'm gonna connect, I'm gonna upload my data to the server, and I'm gonna get a link with a random number. And if I open that link on another device, it will sync those devices for me, right? So I can connect to the server. The server just says, okay, here's a random number. I'm going to put all your local progress from all your devices on this local number. Kind of like an account, basically, but without authentication and without security. Again, there's no personal data. There's no usernames, no emails, no names, no nothing, right? It'll literally just be your puzzle progress. And maybe it'll keep it for 30 minutes, right? So within 30 minutes, if you open multiple devices, you know, your phone, your computer, with this special URL, it'll synchronize their state, right? Now, that obviously opens a big problem in terms of synchronization. Like, if you have progresses in multiple systems, do I have a user interface where it says, oh, do you want to keep this or that, etc., right? But that's work I need to do anyway, so this might be a way of front-loading that work and basically building those algorithms and user interfaces and stuff. Accountless multi-device sync via server API. All right, I'm just going to put this here as the notes. So that's the bonus item. Okay, changing colors on the pen tool. I don't consider it a high priority, but let me see how this works. Yeah, if I do this, like, I could potentially port that to here. So we can put that on the to-do list. It won't be high priority. I don't know if I'll work on it for today, but on the other hand, it's potentially something that's not that hard to do, and it's something that I can do without worrying about the progress of larger things, right? Customizable pen colors. Port color tool code. So I'll basically just transfer the color tool code to the pen tool. Port code from culture. All right. And I'm going in reverse order. I appreciate that, because probably the higher up it goes, the bigger they get, right? The ability to change the colors of pencil marks. Now, pencil mark colors are a little trickier, because how would you specify them? You basically need two separate interfaces. Unless he means just all the, like, customizing the colors one thing, having multicolor pencil marks is a different thing, right? Because it'll basically have to work. Oof, I don't even know. Did I work on this something? It reminds me a bit of the given pencil mark feature. Because let's say if I now, I think one of the things that it reminds me of is, like, if I do this and I do this. Now, if I click on this, do I get a blue? I think I get a blue X, right? Now, if I do a blue line here and then a red line here and a pink line here, if I do this, I get a pink. I don't get a pink line on the blue line, you see? So it won't draw a pink line on the red line. So that's, for example, I don't even know if that's good. So let me put a mark on that. Colored pencil marks. Big question. Customize the color used for pencil marks, or big or allow different colored pencil marks. And I think he's using OU, so I'm gonna do that out of politeness. And personally, that's how I spell it, but my spell checker here is set for US, so sometimes I fix it just to get rid of the squigglies. So it's a little bit of a anyway. Color panel, which brings a lot of UI issues with it. UI and UX. Yeah, it's not just the user interface. It's also, it'll be hard to use. Things that are hard to use generally don't get used. All right, so I don't think that's something I'm gonna touch at this stage. The ability to change colors, okay. Support for numbers greater than 10 in integer digits, yeah. Multi-digit is a big thing. There have been submissions. I think Mark built a feature for that a long time ago. I'll have to dig them out. It's definitely on my list to do. The problem is not so much the thing itself. The thing is how to do it well. Multi-digit support. Big question is how to do it well. Yeah, so because, for example, if I say 1 and then now I press a 2, does it give me a 2 or does it give me a 12, right? Or does it mean I need to toggle it? Or do I get like separate keys for, you know, I don't know. Like if I want to make this 32, should there be a button that I can press that makes this 32? Or should I have to press a button, then press 3, then press 2? Or if I press 3 now, should I get 23? Or should I get 3? Or should I toggle, right? I imagine it would be a toggle similar to the color button or the alphanumeric button. But of course, we have the alphanumeric button already. So it could be tricky. And then what do we toggle, right? We could change all of these, right? We could say, okay, they're 1 through 9. I press a button, they become 11 through, or 10 through 19. I press another button, they become, you know, 20, yada, yada, right? We could do that. Yeah, that's the hard part. It's like how to actually implement that. So we're gonna make, I'm just gonna put them in, then we're gonna organize them afterwards. Checkpoint option. Now that's something I actually thought about in the past myself. And actually I have a prototype. Let me see if I can, a prototype of something that if anything might actually be a better, like a much more advanced version of it. I don't know if I'll find it though. Maybe one of these. Scrubble. Rubble. Hey, there we go. Yeah. So the idea would be to actually have kind of like a, whoops, no. Yeah, to basically have like a video player, to have a scrubble bar. The scrubble bar here isn't actually functional, it's the mouse position, where you can just quickly jump to a particular position in the puzzle. Now for me, that has a visual appeal, but it's maybe not as effective for actual solvers. So I'll have to think about that. Maybe an enter still creates an input field that takes multiple digits. Enter. Well, but that doesn't work on mobile. And since most people, you know, that's the thing, like I have to think of all the users, and there are more users on mobile, right? Even, it's amazing, like even setters, you know, I built a big tool for crazy things, and there's like, hey, it doesn't work on the touchpad of my laptop, and I'm like, okay. Like, I cannot assume people have access to a keyboard and things like that. Yeah, multi-digit pencil marks would be very difficult as well. That's why I'm almost tempted to say, hey, there's some extra button you can press, and then it adds a digit. Because quite often you don't actually need all multi-digit. You know, some puzzles, yes, you know, multiplicative puzzles and things like that. But many puzzles would actually only need the 10s and the 20s, for example. So it would actually make sense you have a button you can press, and now you're typing in 10s or 20s, right? I don't know. I'd probably have to implement different versions and then kind of experiment with those. Anyway, so regarding the scrobble thing, checkpoint option when you flag a point and then just use a button to roll back to that position. That's something I personally actually have been wanting for myself. I mean, it's obviously, you know, basically bifurcation, but sometimes I just like, you know, hey, I just gotta try something and I don't want to figure out. Now, since you can hold undo, so undo can go pretty quickly. I hope that wasn't as required yet. But again, it's more of a question. It's technically the implementation isn't difficult internally, right? It's more the user interface. How do you let people manage that, you know? And like, I guess doing one flag only would be relatively easy because you could literally just have a flag button or something, right? But if you want to manage multiple flags and things like that, then it becomes a bit of an advanced thing. And it'll be very much a niche feature, right? Like, it's something where I think this is more for like setters or for like very advanced solving people. So it would be used for a very, very small number. How I'm gonna say that? I mean, checkpoints, comma, technically not complex, comma, but needs a good UI/UX. It needs a good user experience for it to work. And not just to make it possible, but even to make it easy to use and understandable and discoverable. Like, how will a new user learn about this, you know? I mean, eventually I'd like to have a tutorial that says, hey, these are the things you can do, you know? Yeah. I mean, I could make it as an advanced feature without a user interface, and there's just hotkeys people can press, you know, kind of like how people learn hotkeys in advanced strategy video games and things like that, you know? Like, I don't know, Control 1 or something. Well, no, that's, I don't know, something. F1, I don't know. Okay, maybe not F1. Yeah, we're also short on hotkeys, so ideally without hotkeys. Yeah. All right. Now, the notepad feature is actually interesting because it's potentially something I can build very independently. And it might lend itself to something else I've been thinking about doing, which is to have something to draw onto it. And I think Ranks had something like that implemented with like a third-party tool that lets you just overdraw. Again, it's more of a like the technical aspect of it in principle isn't the hardest part. It's more like usability and then the expectation of the users. So letting you draw is one thing, but recording your drawing as part of your replay data, so you're, you know, when you go back and undo, does your drawing update and things like that, that's going to be a lot harder. But this is a feature I'm very interested in actually doing in terms of kind of like, I'm also currently working on a bunch of layout related things to move things around, and I have the large puzzle mode where you can move the puzzle around. So I'm actually very interested to kind of build something where you have an extra window on the screen that you can move around as a sort of test for that, especially getting that working on touch well. For me, making notes where users can see my notes, but then I can move it off when I'm solving would be great. Yeah, the problem also is then how, like, if you want to type into it, like if it's a text entry on a phone, where does the keyboard go? That's another problem. So I almost prefer just a scribble thing. So, okay, so on screen, notepad, or over draw/sketch tool. So I think I'm gonna try to do one or two quick things first. Oh, I want to put that here. So I want to do maybe work on that as the main bigger thing and see if I can find something that is more or less, drop in kind of thing. Maybe look at, my God, Rank sent me that maybe more than a year ago, so maybe several hundred pages up in the chat. In fact, let me just see. Notepad. If I search Notepad in our chat, note plugin. Gist. Is this gonna be a gist? .js. The problem is I also sent Rank so much JavaScript that searching for JavaScript files or links. I don't remember how he implemented that. If he implemented that as a what's the word? If you implement it as an extension or just as a script he pasted, or SudokuPad debug panel. Huh. Maybe it was this. Oh, no. Wait, what? So press select to press digit D. What is this? Play solution. Current internal stringency. Oh, I started taking notes on something I would like to do as a debug. Okay, so this is actually general kind of other kinds of tools. Okay. I thought this was from Ranks, but it was my own link. Sketch. Actually, it was a drawing. Draw? Page maker draw on web. Oh yeah, because I think it's an extension. And the question is that available as a page maker draw, highlight on any website real time, add line. Oh, okay. I think I remember looking at this. If I look at page maker, this item's inactive. Here we go. If I go here and I'll say, can I not source? I should be able to get at the source code of this Chrome extension location source. I just need to find those. Okay, so if I go to see users Kilroy app data local Google Chrome user default extensions. Okay, and now we're looking for this one. All right. If we go in here, we should potentially find it's using Fabric. And that's what I was hoping. And I don't think it does much else. Maybe it does a little bit. All right. So Fabric. Here we go. So it's using this library. Oh my god, this it looks interesting. Is it available as open source? Here we go. That's maybe a little bit more encouraging. Gotchas. This particular objects are no more. Object remains 2 sets of coordinates. So quickly. No, wrong position for one. Okay. So the question becomes then. Let's see. If I do this. Okay. And blah, blah, blah. All right. Now, I'll have to see, because I would be surprised if this works well on mobile. Okay. Before I go deeper into this, let's have a quick review of the ones I want to do. So I think that one is a no-brainer. We'll just do this right away. A note to rule text, we can do that as well. I think that should be relatively easy. That is an internal change. That should also be relatively small. These are a little bit bigger. So maybe just colors with colors of the pen tool. Yeah, the colors of changing the colors of pencil marks would be harder. Making the color customizable, not quite as hard. But to be fair, that's something I'd rather not just have that one color. I've always been wanting to have a full color customization page for all the colors in the app and make them all, you know, themable basically. So I think we might look at that one and then we'll look at that. So let's see if we can do these smaller ones quickly. And this one we'll see. I don't know how far we'll get. So yeah, let's do that. And I think we can close these for now. And this and this. And these, I think, yeah, we can close that. We can close that. And these I still need to deal with. Okay, so for the defaults, we'll first have to look at the where the setting is. So, large digits. Where is that? Where's that setting? Because I think this isn't like a setting with its own file or whatnot. Okay. Do we... Yeah. So it might literally be just this. Now, obviously, that'll only apply to new users. Large digits false. So if I do this, and I'll open an incognito window with this, and now large digit... Large digit still seems to be on. Because I'm not on the local one. All right. Where's it? Go back. Local. And large digits on. Why? Because it shouldn't have any local stuff stored. Although it does look like it has local stuff stored. So let's clear all that, even though it's on incognito. And now local storage is still like this. Huh. Whoops. Alright, let's dig a little bit deeper. Let's just make sure we don't have it cached or something. So we'll go network, disable cache, reload. How does it have progress stored? Didn't I just erase all the progress? Oh, because it saves it before we... God damn it. Alright, let's just do that. Nope. Large. Okay. Where is this being used? Okay. Anywhere else where large digits is actually referenced? Oh. We have it over here as well. Okay. Let's just do that. Yes. Okay. I think that's all we needed to do. I don't like that there's 2. Wait a second. Why do we have this in featured endless? Why are they in here? If save settings, set settings, reserve settings. Is it for the screenshots, maybe? Yeah, let's not change this one. I think this might be just for screenshots. All right, I think that's all there is to it. And I'm gonna bump this miner and deploy it and call it checked off. Easiest to do item checkoff ever. Default large digits to off. I think that's basically all that this is doing. All right. Sweet. Done. 1 down. Add note to rules text if puzzle does not contain solution. Okay. So let's look at the local version. Now this one I know has a solution, but I think I know that some of the defaults on the homepage here probably don't have solutions. Oh, didn't want to open the video. Here. Probably doesn't have a solution. Yeah. Okay, so that'll be our counter check. I don't know. I think for now it'll only note it if it doesn't have a solution. So, we probably want to do that in the same place that does the rules. I think puzzle has a, or is it under app? Because I was working with this yesterday when I did the grid rules feature, and we had something that did what exactly? It said get rules, right? And get rules, I think, is used both for the dialogues as well as for the rule text. Oh, this doesn't even have rules text. Because I don't actually I should actually show a rules box even if there's no rules text. Huh. All right. Well, we might have a we might need another test puzzle without rule. Wait. I think my tiny test puzzle has no. No, it will have a solution. Solve the puzzle, solution is correct. All right. So there is a function somewhere, get solution or solution. Open puzzle with solution. I think I have a function like has solution or something. Solution time, solution blank. Has solution. So has solution lives on the checker. Oh, that's annoying. Wait, no. That's not the checker. Where are we? Is that the puzzle or the app? Puzzle. Okay, so I can do framework.app.puzzle.hasSolution true. And true. And here if I go to there, false. Okay. And I should have Find get rule. God damn it, where are we here? Are we in the app or on the puzzle? I think we're on the puzzle here. Yeah. So, puzzle get rules. As solution. This. Boom. So, if I refresh this. So, get rules never gets even requested. That's interesting. Where are we calling get rules? Gifting. Get rules true inner HTML. So, okay, so it actually does a check on the rules text here. Ugh, I don't actually like that. All right, we'll just invert it and then pretend this puzzle doesn't have a solution and see what it looks like. And I should probably just do this. 2, 3, 6, 3. So we should do if not this dot has solution. Now, doing it here is a little lazy because it'll inject it wherever the rules text is withdrawn, retrieved. But for now, it'll maybe do. In the future, I might have to reorganize the panel a little bit. But basically, what we'll do is we'll do a line break. Blah blah blah. Puzzle notes. And we'll just say if this has solution, puzzle does not include solution. We do something like that. What would that look like? If this dot has solution. Wait, why does has solution come back as false? What? Wait, what? Has solution. Puzzle dot has solution. Right? Is solution loaded in later? It'll be in metadata, won't it? Current puzzle is undefined at this point. Wait, what? Oh, because we're trying to load the rules data. Ugh. Oh, that's ugly because we're using get rules during the setup process. So we're actually passing the puzzle in. So we kind of wanna, do this here as well. Basically. And then we'll just, and we'll basically just do this, 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 and this. And then here, we're actually going to pass the puzzle in under as solution. All right. So on the first check here, it does that, and returns true. And then it adds the text. Puzzle does not include solution, right? Now, puzzle notes should have some sort of basic styling. And I feel a bit funky putting this into the core instead of having this as a separate feature, but for now I think this will be fine. Dash rules. We kind of puzzle rules. I'll do dot puzzle rules dot puzzle nodes. Right, and we'll do something like margin 0.1 rem 000, like that. Is that not good enough? Puzzle info, puzzle rules, puzzle rules, puzzle notes. Refresh. This is also a bit weird. Oh, is that how I'm doing it here? I forgot that I do this in CSS. Margin. This should be correct. Why? Background red. If I do this. Puzzle rules. Style 676. Is this whole area? Oh, media. Jesus, I'm in a media subquery. Think we'll probably want to do that here. Oh, and here I have different indent styling. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, I guess, you know. Simple for now. And we can extend that in the future. I think for now that's enough. And it should also appear here. Except here, I think, because we're not inside rules text. Are we inside rules text over here? Puzzle rules. Rules text. No. So we'll actually have to do... I can't do an or there. I'll have to do the whole thing. Rules text. Something like that. If I do this, we'll have that. I feel like I want to change it in a way that it's different from that it's kind of different from the normal text. That it's not, you know, that it's magic, that it's something the system does. Not what does that look like in a dark mode. Ooh, can't make that bigger like that. Not really. Indent it, maybe? What if I just give it a 1 rem margin all around? Yeah, maybe that's obvious enough. I just want to make sure that, again, it's the setters can avoid this by just including a solution. Maybe I'll add note column. Would the P then be small? I think that's all right. Just as a first draft. Let's clean all that up. All right, we changed that, that's fine. We changed that, that's fine. We added that, that's fine. All right. So this is add, ooh. We need to invert that. Where's the thing? Get rule. Get rules. Hello. I don't know. Sometimes the search just doesn't work. I don't know why. If not, this has solution. Yeah. All right. So add no solution note to rules. Add missing solution note to rules. Yeah, puzzle does not include solution. In fact, now I'm thinking about it, I need to word it in a way that it doesn't sound like the puzzle doesn't have a solution. Puzzle is missing solution check. Solution check. How about if I do it like that, and I'll have to invert it again. Boom. Note puzzle is missing solution check. Yeah, because I think at least that way it's clear that solution checking is something that's normally available, but this puzzle is missing it. Not that the app is broken or something. And maybe I should say specifically this puzzle is missing solution check. Missing solution check. Solution checking. And should I bold it like this, or should I bold just missing? I'm tempted to bold missing. Just want to highlight it a little bit. Now I feel like the T might have to be capitalized after all. It looks weird like that. I don't know. Capitalize after colon. Depending on this, if a complete sentence follows the colon, the first word after the colon should be capitalized. All right, fair enough. Explains why it looked weird to me. Add missing solution note to rules. All right. I think that's good like this. And it shouldn't show up for normal puzzles. And it shouldn't break terribly with the grid checking feature we worked on yesterday, I hope. Which would be where exactly? Did I close that? Alright, let's see. Localhost. Is that not the one I was testing with yesterday? Ah, wait. I think it's because it's looking for the wrong thing. I'll have to wait for Chameleon to update the data. All right. Well, we'll test it another time then. Okay. I think that's it for this one now. That should be set. Let's close this to make sure we don't have any unsaved stuff. Let's put that there. All right, so let's commit that. That's this one done. 2 features down. Yay. Short ID store to store in progress. Okay, so that's something that will kind of help me in the long run. So replay encode. Get replay, replay encode, get replay. Get replay. And I don't think we want to make it part of the replay itself. We want to make it part of the progress saving. Panel open dialog. Get replay. Because I use replays in various places, and I don't think... I mean, we could add it. It probably shouldn't harm it. But I think what we really want is here. Yeah, because that's also where the puzzle ID is. So get progress. And then we have save progress and handle save progress. Handle save progress. Progress save should item. Get progress. Save progress. Load progress. Progress. Yada, yada, yada. All right, now, this is something I don't think I've ever done, actually. It's to determine if a puzzle is loaded via short ID. Now, I'm doing the opposite all the time. So, let's look at the opposite process. So, when the puzzle loader gets asked to pull a puzzle here, it does this. Fetch with timeout. It does the whole timeout fetchy, 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 fetchy. But I think we kind of want to do... Alright. Let's do this first. If we do get progress, right? If I do these, after 5 seconds or something, it should try to save the progress. Unless I'm not in this version of it. Boom. Here we go. Get progress. Okay. So it happens on quite a delay. So we need to basically say get puzzle ID. Right. If I select something like this, it should, after 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 10 seconds? 9, 10. No. Handle save progress happens. Throttle save progress. Throttle function. Long short save delay. 1 second long. So at least once every 10 seconds. Here we go. Got puzzle ID. Okay. So now the question is, get progress. So the question is, how do we determine if this is a short ID, or do we not care and we just say, hey, if it's less than X bytes, we just throw it in there? Because, you know, short IDs could be quite long in theory, and long IDs could be quite short. I think we'll do that. We'll say, hey, if it's shorter than X, we'll throw it in the short ID field. So let short ID equals boom. Right, and then we'll do dot length. Right, and then we'll also open the other test puzzle. Well, this one will do, but we'll also want to open the one that I had earlier, which isn't minified. If I do that, it's 192. And these are 10. 10. Oh, that's not the one. No, that's not the one either. This one. 192. So I would say maybe around 100 bytes. So that would add about 5% storage, 2 to 5, or maybe no, 100 bytes actually generous. Maybe much less than that, maybe 50. Okay, let us put that somewhere sensible. So get progress is part of puzzle, I want to say. Right. So let's go to puzzle room. Find puzzle equals. Here we go. And we have a bunch of constants here. C dot max short ID length equals, what do we say, 50? Max short ID length. Sure. And then we'll say const progress equals down. Right. And we'll say if short_id.length is less than, and I saved it in this. Boom, boom, boom. Progress.shortID equals shortID. And then it'll start accumulating short IDs for puzzles. And I think that'll be a good thing in the future. And for obviously for new people, it'll make things quite easy for them because, you know, I can build a system very easily to reverse looks up puzzles and so on. Okay, so to test, we'll do this, and then we'll find the framework.app.source. Okay, so here in this case, that's actually the ID, so we should be able to find it here. And then this should have this should have short ID in here. It does not. Short ID is not defined. Ooh, okay. Capitalization, god damn it. Alright, let's lowercase it all. There we go, short ID. Okay, cool. And let's make sure we didn't do anything excessive. Oh, that seems fine. No little version bump. Hey, Rocket Zero. Missing implies deficiency. I mean, they could include a solution which has, for example, all question marks in those cases. I don't really see when a puzzle should ever not have a solution included. It just makes the app work worse, basically. It's a functionality thing, right? What situation calls for no embedded solution? I mean, that just basically means, I mean, Rocket Zero, let's put it this way, right? The only reason I really require embedded solutions is because let's say I'm too lazy to build a proper solver. If I were to build a proper solver, then all the solutions would be generated automatically, and then no puzzle would miss a solution. Under what circumstance would that behavior be undesirable for the setter? And I don't know. I think people know my my views on cheating in single player games. But that's the thing. It does make sense because anybody can run a solver and solve the puzzle, right? Or they find the solution from somebody else who's already solved it. So just because the solution is in the puzzle doesn't mean the solution isn't available. And this is something I've talked about in the past, that I eventually would want to have a pro mode for a competition solving environment, where it then makes sense. But this is not a pro mode. Like, if you're relying on lack of knowledge for your competition solvers, I think you're barking up the wrong tree, right? Like, if they're that inclined, they'll use solving tools to solve the puzzles quickly for them, right? But I mean, at the very least, saying that it's not included, it's still not harmful. In the moment, it's more, I think 99% of not included solutions are literally mistakes by the setters, not even deliberate exclusions or laziness. It's just literally they pressed the wrong button or they didn't realize the solution wasn't included, right? But I can look at the wording. Give me a sec. I mean, this is going to go on beta, and then, you know, I'm happy to collect feedback. I always do. So this one include short IDs with progress data. All right. So that's done. Well, let me look at the wording exactly. This puzzle is missing solution checking. Okay. I mean, if it's just about the wording, I can, you know, I can revise the wording. Missing. Why does the search not work? Why can't I open that? And, yeah, now it works. God damn it. Anyway. Lax? So, blah, blah, blah. Missing implies deficiency. I mean, it is a deficiency. It is a strictly worse experience for the solver. I think the setter's idea that they can obscure something and make this a technical challenge is misguided. I think the setters are just wrong about that. But I understand that obviously if the setters aren't happy, they're not going to make puzzles, and we all lose, right? So I still think making the experience strictly worse for the solver is a bad move on, you know. Like if setters don't want their puzzles to be solved, then they shouldn't make the puzzle. And I think if they need to reward people to solve the puzzles, it also feels a bit weird. Like, the puzzle shouldn't be... I get the point of challenging and so on, but I don't know. It's like, people shouldn't be solving a puzzle so they get something. It feels weird. Well, it should, right? So, it does not have. This puzzle... Yeah, I was hoping to make something shorter, but anything I can think of is long. It does not include. Does not have. The thing is, I don't want people to think my app is broken because a puzzle doesn't have checking, and because they rightfully expect every puzzle to include proper checking. From the solver's perspective, it makes sense, right? It doesn't make sense for a puzzle to not be checkable. Because right now, the situation is literally people think the app is broken. And not just that, they waste mine and their own time because it's not obvious what's going on. So they try lots of different things and go back and forth and all these sorts of things. Yeah, but like, that's exactly what this message is for. And puzzles ideally should get updated and improved and fixed over time, right? They should, you know... I want to get to a point where this situation with no author name doesn't happen, that we can go back. And I always thought of puzzles almost like a wiki, that they can be improved by the community. Now, I've gotten a lot of pushback from that, from setters, but setters always think about the one specific their puzzle that they take care of. They don't think of all the puzzles that nobody cares about, no setter remembers, and nobody's taken care of. Those puzzles deserve to be better quality, right? Alright, this puzzle does not have... The thing is, the problem with this is how you think, right? But the next guy will now say, oh, puzzle not have sucks. You should have written lax, you know? That's kind of what I worry about. For you, this might make sense, but I cannot make 100 people that have 100 different opinions happy simultaneously, right? The only reason I built this is because people literally gave me money to do this, right? Because they said, hey, this is a feature of your app. They voted on it as a community that this is a feature the app should require. They didn't even ask me to have puzzle. You know, the layman solver would ask every puzzle to have a solution, right? Or a functioning checker. They understand that that's not difficult, but at least they wanted this notification. All right, does not have solution checking. This puzzle does not have. Does not. Did I not have does not include? Or does not support? Maybe how about does not support? Yeah, maybe it does not support solution checking. It doesn't... That kind of leaves out why it doesn't support solution checking. It doesn't say it's the puzzle's fault or the app's fault. It just say, hey, for whatever reason, this particular puzzle doesn't support solution checking. Which, you know, could work for puzzles where, you know, weird stuff, you know, which... like where you have to draw a line and my app doesn't support line checking anyways, and it doesn't have numbers as a solution, etc., etc. And it might not support a solution checking within SudokuPad, right? Or something like the 13,000 cell Kachabilodoku thing, where the solution itself would be too good. Would would just not work, right? All right, let me do that then. Patch. Thanks for, by the way, thanks for insisting and thanks for pushing for it. And I appreciate that. And thanks for stopping by. The more community input, the better. It's much easier to sort this stuff out now while I'm working on it than down the line when I hear through the grapevine that somebody's unhappy and they didn't tell me themselves. Rewording of notice. All right. Reload. Yeah, sure. Okay. That's taken care of a couple of the easy, low-hanging fruit. And that makes me feel slightly less bad for how much time has passed. And I haven't been on the ball sorting this stuff out. Yeah, the multi-digit situation is more... I mean, we had a version. And I'd love to have something at least experimentally available. But I hate putting something in that doesn't work 100% for everybody, including mobile users. And is easy to use and easy to manage for beginners. And that's the hard part. All right. I think customizable pen colors I'm going to take a quick look at. But if it's not something I can do quickly, I'm going to skip that one. So let's have a look at the customizable tools. Was that separate? Custom colors. I built that completely separately. So it's almost a question if this should be part of the customizable colors or part of... Wait, this is not a feature. This is missing everything. So it's definitely not in here. Is it part of the color tool then? Or color feature? Oh my god, I don't even know. Color tool. Import export setting. Okay, so I definitely integrated it with the color tool. Okay. Enter edit mode. Where does that come from? Toggle edit mode. Toggle edit mode comes from here. Handle pad button down. So I think if I go here and press Alt, we're hitting enter edit mode, wire handle key down. Handle pad down. Okay. So I might have to wrap all this stuff up. That makes it more transplantable. Is this transferable? That's the question. So the pen tool is also a tool. It's not a feature. And one day I would like to rejoin those distinct families of things and have a singular plugin system that supports both of those kinds of things. And the problem is these are also likely from very different eras. Although the color tool is technically older than the pen tool. Let's have a look at this. Is there something I need to do first, kind of refactor it? So we have the pen tool, make tool toggler, add import export settings. Cool, add import export setting. Okay. Color, new tool. Button tool. Button. So I probably want to refactor this first to make them more similar to each other. I think that makes more sense. Also, why is this doing an add setting here? Oh, because we actually have a setting here. Right. Right. Okay. So what if I do same as there, tool equals closure, boom, 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 bada bing, bada boom. And then we're basically gonna send this out the back. Okay. So we kind of want to do this, basically. Tool, pen. And then we'll kind of do these sorts of things. Tool, pen. And then here we'll do a return C at the end. Ears itching. Like, making the color customizable is a very different story from actually having multiple colors available. Yeah, I might look into that. I mean, I could hack it in as a button in the settings where I just press a button, but I'd love to have, you know, it does make sense to have one color customizable and none of the others. So I think that's probably something that I'll have to be like a, you know, the big feature of like making, like extracting all the colors, putting them all in one place, and then have like a color editing thing for all the colors, right? Not just that text, but also maybe the line, maybe the grid line colors, whatever, right? Like a whole theming thing. Even if they're not all user customizable, all the colors should be in one place so that I can theme them and I can use them for apps and things like that. So it makes a lot of sense for me to you know, quote unquote, do that thing properly. All right, so we're gonna do a couple of these. Like that. Like that. So I'm gonna do a plain refactor first. And then I think I'll see if I can... So I'll first refactor this to be in this format. Then I'll refactor the editing to be all self-contained. Maybe even pull them out into their own class. And then I see if I can just copy it over, basically. That's the plan. This is a good exercise to get back into working on core features, because I haven't really touched core features in recent months, because I've been working on the bigger external stuff, you know, the app and the server-side stuff and the puzzle database, and I've kind of fallen a little bit out of the habit of working on new features every day. And it's kind of a weird thing. It happens quickly that kind of fall out of the habit. All right, so if this is going to be in this, oh, geez, it's going to be a pain. Pain in the butt. But here we are. So we'll have something like this. And that's not going to be this. It's going to be on C. Well, if it's this, actually it should be on P, shouldn't it? On the prototype. Like that. And then, yeah. This is gonna be a bit annoying. There is a lot of functions. God damn it. Alright. Alright. So for now, I think I'm just gonna do this. Wholesale. I think step 1, get it to work. Step 2, reorganize it. Step 3, clean up what you know, move things around that should be moved around, etc. Jeez. I forget how complex that tool actually is. But I mean, I don't know what I'm expecting. It's just, it's been a while since I looked at it. You know what? I can just do this. I do this. Boom. Place. Nope. Place all. Nope. Ah, no. Already done it. Cool. And then we can do this. This all. Place all. There we go. Now this one is a bit weird. Key handlers. How are we using key handlers? Key handlers is used in only one place, huh? just got this one in here. Okay, so I think this is used for the API. Alright, so this tool now will be something like that. Right. It'll be that. Boom. So, this is probably not going to work right now. Which everything also is what is desired, not to be able to make a rainbow of pencils. I bet you some people would want that. But yeah, make that color. I'll probably put that into like an experimental feature for now until I can get to the whole editing thing. The complexity probably comes in that same color is shared with other colors, so I don't know if we want those like ultimately we want them editable separately, because it'll probably be the same color for the input digits on. But even just having that color adjustable might already be helpful. All right, 26, 26. I thought I did a search and replace. All right, get input RC. Okay. The token 67. 7. This function color. Unexpected. 36 or 67. 36 maybe? Oh. I think my search replaced before. Misfired. Okay. Unexpected token at 98. 98. 98. 98. Ugh, it's changed a whole bunch of these. Final short. Wait. Why did these commas get changed? Oh, because. Okay. 120. Shorthand initializer. Invalid shorthand initializer equals array. One object in here. Right. Oh. Okay. Unexpected token return at 404. Yeah, I don't think that's a thing. All right. All right, so. Okay. All right. That's a good start. Looks like the pen tool works after this mangling. By the way, were you present during the deliberations? Like, in other words, are you speaking firsthand, or are you kind of speaking secondhand? So having somebody who was there, you know, talking to the community would actually be super helpful. Make sure I'm on the right track, especially when it comes to prioritizing things. All right, I think all I want to do now is kind of move things around a little. So we have some setup stuff. We'll have handlers. We'll have helper functions. So these will probably be all helper functions and such. Like that. All the math functions. Then we have handlers. Like these. They go in here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Actions. So we got these guys. And then we basically have pen API. So we have state color, create line marker, draw line hint, line reset, get erase mode. So they can all go in here. Right. God, the pen tool is actually surprisingly complex, but I'd be scared building something that complex nowadays, but back then I was fearless, apparently. Alright, this goes with the handlers. Handle drag in, handle apply state. Probably want to move the action stuff and the API stuff above the handlers. Boom. Well, maybe not these. Maybe I do. So I'll take these and put them here. Like that. Right. Okay. There's probably some refactoring I could do to make some of these more compact with more modern methods. But I think this should still function the same, right? Cool, cool, cool. All right. So that should now be a refactor. Now the question is, I don't actually need to version this, I suppose. I can just commit this. I need diffs, though. I feel like I should version it, at least with a patch version, but I'm tempted to not. Alright, so refactor pen tool. Alright, we'll just do that. I should have included that. Yeah. Alright. So now I want to look at this thing to see which part. Oh yeah, the color palette. Oh my gosh. See if I can have the color editing stuff at least organized in its own area, and see how complex that is to do that. Okay. Get color parachute. Alright, so update button pad. Setup. Create palette icon. Because this also has the paging. Alright, so edit mode. Is there anything about outside the handle palette toggle? Okay, so that's the handle mouse wheel. Oh, I forgot about that. Did you know you can mouse wheel over the color palette page thing? All right, so anything that mentions palettes is actually about the 3 color palettes, which we don't need over here. So let's see if we can just literally take the edit mode stuff and just stick it in here and see what happens. And the edit mode, exit, enter, toggle. So edit, enter mode. I mean, edit. So enter mode comes, handle key down from here. Alt left, handle key down. Now, I don't know if here we even have a handle key down. But here we do. Handle key down. So that's should maybe be also be in the handle input down instead of handle key down. So maybe we'll do first of all, let's move that up here. And then above edit mode, we'll do tool API. And then handle key down. Let's copy that over here. can kind of keep all this stuff here. So what is tab for? Okay, that also does the paging. Key down, if this key down tab, shift key tab. Okay, so that's tabbing forward and backward. So we don't need any of those things here. We're in the pen tool. So tool pen dot handle key down. And we'll output that. Like that. And we'll probably output that as well. So if I go here, what was the key? This one. Is current tool is apparently not a API function. Is current tool. Is current tool. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so if I do Control left, Alt left. Is current tool false. Wait, if I press the right Alt here, it's here true and then false. And it fires twice. Well, that's annoying. But we should be hitting enter edit mode here. We should actually do this, right? Enter edit mode. Okay. So, what's happening here? Ah, and we'll probably have some things like edit mode, yada yada. That we probably want to have like that. Enter edit mode, okay. Enter edit mode. And then we'll output exit mode, edit mode as well. Make sure that enter edit mode, exit edit mode is not happening. I think we probably need a key up as well. I forget that you have to do everything. I have to do everything myself. Everything. If tab. Yeah, we don't need that. I think that's fine. So, boom, 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 boom. Enter, exit, edit mode. Now, when we're entering edit mode, I want to see if we're getting up to here. Or if we're exiting out early. No, we're getting to X. Okay. So, we're getting to this point. Controls, input, edit colors. Okay. Now we're in tool pen. Okay, RGB to hex not defined. So now we have a bunch of these helpers. And those actually want to have in a separate place. Namely here. C before initialization. Never mind. Never mind. They need to be here after all. I did not realize they reference. So. Pen tool is broken again. Ooh. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, the colors are kind of busted. I think I'll have to either look specifically at the styling, or I did something clever that I need to that I need to replicate now. So if I do this, and what we could do is maybe if I don't do this, I can just press it once and I don't have to sneak around to kind of grab these. So, WebKit color swatch wrapper. Yeah, that's not value. Input color data value pointer events all color picker. All right, so when I set up the color pickers, dataset.value, dataset.value. So it picks up the value of the button. Okay, so let's see if I go here and I do this. Right, so let's see, let's look at this pink one. So, button row. Color picker. Data value. Color. God damn it. For each input, remove color picker input. Handle color picker input. Data button. Dataset. Value. Color. Color comes from button after background color. Get computer style button after background color. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So I'm trying to remember if I did something to adjust the color to compensate for some kind of transparency or something. Because we're pretty close, but there's something obviously off. Every time I have an errand pen, it disables the pen tool. Knocks me out of there. So, background colors, RGB, blah, blah, blah. If I do this in the color tool, though, I'm guessing it'll be different. All right, let's do that as well. If I go here, I'll do that. Nope. If I do that, we get background color. Okay. So that means these buttons have an after with these colors. And I suspect, and let me put that in a different tab so I can have them open at the same time. I suspect here, these colors are done differently. Why would I do them differently? God damn it. Okay, we're gonna have to look at the styling for these. All right, so we're gonna look at, I think we can look at that. We're gonna look at tool color button digit after. So find me this. Oh, it's in tool. Oh. Oh, aren't we fancy? Okay. Cell color opacity. Ooh. Okay. And then this comes from these. Okay. And then we should have tool pen CSS as well. So Yeah, you're not the only ones who are fancy. Cell color, background color, and color. Why are they here in the after and here in the before? And do I want to change this to operate like that? Yeah, because I've changed the colors of the buttons as well. Because this is a toggle. Okay, so then the question becomes, can we switch them to after without any problems? Question 1. Question 2. Do we need to switch them to after, or could we just adjust the code? Switch question 3. Can we make the code ambivalent and use either? So before, after, before, after, before, after. It's like it has 2. But I think the reason I'm doing it twice is basically to apply some kind of magic to avoid transparency issues. And I didn't have that issue here. Before, after, button digit. So if I do this, like that, is that gonna cause a problem? Not yet. So that'll be the before and after here. Then we have this outline color hover. We don't actually seem to do that. Cool. I mean, if I homogenize all of this, outline. I mean, we don't actually have the outlines here. Left 2020. Then the background color is different. Yeah, that's why they always look different. They didn't have the outline. But the outline, you can barely see it here because of the dark background. Maybe I got rid of the outline because of that. All right. The real question is, why is this before and this after? And can I switch that? Can I just switch these over and have them work? Or is it just going to break? And if it is going to break, why is it breaking? Seems to work fine. If I do that, right, let this update to its thing. And then they look like that. That's okay. Boom. Okay, I was gonna say, does it already work? No. We're getting pretty close. It looks a bit strange, but I think it's because of the dark outline. So maybe we don't want the outline here. Or we want to change it to whatever, because I have a different background here. Where am I defining the button background color even? Background color, not current. Background color FFFF. Shouldn't be back FFFF. It should be whatever the light color is. So if I go to, and this stuff is complicated and really would prefer if it wasn't. So I should really use that. Or maybe even that. But that's the thing. I'm not a UI designer or whatever, so I'm kind of tapping in the dark here. with this stuff. Just making it up as I go along. So the outline, no, the background color should be var this. Right. And then the outline here. So the outline here, outline is button hover background, controls button BG, controls button BG, controls button BG, controls button BG. Button BG. But then these aren't controls button BG. These are... That's the color I want, right? This one is main color. And this one is... not main color. Except it claims it is. That's color, that's not background. Background color. BG color. But they're not even BG color. They are basically this. Controls button BG. Or BG. Does it make sense to have a 2-pixel outline on that? I think I put the outline on that for some reason, to cover something. If I do this, we get a white outline. It makes it super contrasty, though. What if I do this? And I just say transparent. Don't know if I like it. Alright, so the next step is to actually figure out how the color is actually then used after the change. So after the change, add handler, add down event, color picker open, color picker input, and color picker input, set color. This dot set color. Okay, so I'm guessing set color just doesn't exist. It does exist, except it doesn't. Can I get another search result for set color? All right, let's see. The color palette saving is gonna be the tricky bit. I was hoping I could piggyback it on the existing color palette stuff, but I might not be able to. So we are trying to change a color palette that didn't exist. So then the question is, do I want to do that? Do I want to re-implement all of that as well? Or at what point do I say, okay, let's create a color palette editing thing that we just reuse? This dot palette, this dot palette is undefined here. Default palette colors. Where do the colors come from for this? They come from the CSS. Now we have colors in the CSS here, but what happens with them? Do we just override them? Palette date to this palette. Set CSS vars. Set palette. Save palette. I mean, without saving the colors, it's not super useful. But I'm loath duplicating all this code. I feel like I should encapsulate this first. So we have save palette, set palette. Problem is that we have the pages kind of mixed in with this, so maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it does make sense to run them as separate things. I don't like this. I don't like this. The set palette gets called from here. Handle dialog. Oh, yeah, we have the import export as well. What does the init do? Handle reset, line mode change, puzzle on reset, handle reset. Set palette. Get data tool palette. Set palette. Alright, set palette happens where? It happens from the import export. Init. That's it, huh? So, if I do this then. Tool and palette. Alright, set palette. Now I'm gonna move that into the edit stuff. And I'm gonna make sure it doesn't do anything because that's fucking dangerous. For now. So now, if it when it starts up, we should hit set palette here. And it should do that. That seems safe enough. This .export palette. What does that do? No, not set color. Set palette. Validate palette data. Is that universal? Palette.pages.length. Thing is, this is designed for multi-page stuff, while this isn't. I'm almost tempted, like, does it make sense to just treat this as a fourth page? I mean, validating the data seems safe. I feel like I made a mistake having the pages and the colors intermingled like that, but obviously at the time it made sense. Palette colors. So all the way to pages. I'm also wondering if I might be faster building it from scratch. Rather than trying to translate something that I don't fully remember and understand anymore. So set palette, validate palette. So when validate palette comes through as null, what does it do on the other end? Where does it get its default stuff from? If not area pages. So this one we can skip, right? Colors, palette.colors. Page is area page. Because basically what I think what the validation here does, it checks that all the color values exist in some page. I mean, I could maybe simplify things a bit by including the page stuff. And just have one page, right? Maybe I'm being a little bit stubborn here. And if I do this, and I'll just have these, and just have one page, and just keep all the all the other stuff the same, maybe it's not that big of a deal? Now, this still doesn't tell me what happens when the palette doesn't exist yet. I think this is supposed to be over here. Yeah, maybe the icon should also be in there. Icon, tool, color. Why not tool pen? I think it deserves to be a first class thing by now. I think that makes sense, right? It doesn't make sense to have total pen in this, though. Fill current color. Let's see how that works. Okay. So far, so good. All right. I still don't understand where the default palette gets loaded, to be honest. Set palette. Where does it ever reference this default palette? Set palette. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay. Here we go. I'm an idiot. I was so focused on the validation function that I forgot that stuff happens after that. Cool, cool, cool. All right. If I now do this, that is not the colors we want to modify. Puzzle and color. Puzzle dash and color. And then it breaks. Because page, yeah, doesn't make sense. Does that mean, did we just change the colors? They look a bit weird. Did I just change colors? Now, update color scheme is commented out. Is that, this doesn't exist, okay. Let's get rid of that. It's just gonna confuse me. Right, so that, yeah, so we now need to actually export those colors and stick them into our color palette. All right. Well, we're making progress, Yeah, I knew this wasn't gonna be a super easy one. It's not the hardest, but it's not an easy one either. And we don't actually have a color 0 here. We kind of want to do that. And we basically do this. Why are there 2 5s? Wait, why are there 2 5s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 again. At least comment it out past me. Okay. All right. Alright, I think I'm gonna finish this stream soon. I don't think I'll manage to finish this. Doesn't look like this is gonna be a simple slot in. And even if I were to get it to work this way, I feel like I'd want to go back and do it cleanly, like basically take all the palette stuff and deduplicate the code between the two places, make it kind of reusable. Well, to be fair, although if I can get it to work, I wouldn't actually be too opposed to try to kind of just use it for now. Alright, let's see. If I load this in now, can I do this from here? Is that now the same thing? I think so. Now, I think the set page code is also responsible for actually loading the colors in. So I might have to do something like that. That just doesn't actually set a page, but you know. Update palette button. Okay, so that's the little button that lets us choose one of the 3 color palettes. Update button pad. Set button pad vowels. Query button data. I don't next. Oh. I think this is just for literally for changing the page, so maybe we don't need that. Do we need set color though? So right now, if I'm here and I press Alt and then change this to red. Okay, it hits set color, nothing happens. All right, let's get set color to work. I don't know why the color there is all murky. That's definitely something we need to figure out as well. All right, set color. Actually, we don't need the reference. We can just... We have export palette, though. Okay, so export palette. What does that do? This concat keys set concat pages. All right, let's output that. I think it's referencing pages. Oh, just on the palette. That might be okay. So if I do this and then click here and make it red. So it doesn't export palette. And I'm guessing that the 6 color is different now. And it is very red, so that looks like it's functioning. Let's not save palettes just yet. We are setting the CSS var. Maybe that's already gonna be working. So if I do this, go here, make it red. Go here. Still drawing in blue. It could be that these colors aren't correlated though. Alright, let's re-enable exiting the edit mode. And let's remind ourselves how we're actually drawing these, because these might not be the colors that I think they are. I hadn't even thought about that. Pen color. Pen color. Pen color. Shoot. Pen color sept. Ah, no. It should be different. Here's pink. Changing color 6 to this. So, pen color... Wait. Was I just drawing with the wrong color? So if I go here, right? Blue. change it to green, and now still blue, and it's still blue. Okay, so the code that's supposed to update it is not updating. Even though it says changing color 6. Changing color 6 from this to this. Wait, cell color is not right. Puzzle pen color is what we want. Okay. Yeah, see, all this stuff should be encapsulated. Ooh, okay. Now, it's not saving, but this is the fundamental process. So, set page isn't needed. Boom. 537. Okay. So that's working now. Okay. So if I make this red, cool. If I now change it to the colors, it'll do that. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. What's going on here? Wait, why does it not exit edit mode? Oh, wait. Is it because of the set page that I removed? Set page in set palette. So set color, set palette. So set page does these things. Now set page, where else am I calling set page here? Set page. I think set page might also be kind of my reset. Enter tool, enter. So we'll do that, change it to that, go here, go back here, do this. Go there. We'll make red green. Right. We go somewhere. So refresh this. Now it'll be red again. We can set it back to green. So really, maybe it only needs oh. Why does releasing alt here not exit edit mode? Did I not handle key up? Handle key up. I'm gonna have to put these back. Oh yeah, I didn't handle key up. So boom, 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 boom. Long press. Space. Long press. Oh, I'm so tempted to just add the page function in, so I don't chase my butt for nothing. So if I do this, and then we'll have set page, set color, set page, set palette, set page. So then somewhere here, we're gonna execute set page. Right. And then we're just gonna have this. Pen, tool, pen, page. Don't actually care. This palette page's length, current page. None of these actually matter. And then update palette button. This goes here somewhere. And update button pad. There's also set button pad. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna need both of those. But we're gonna put them in there. Select palette. So palette button is not a thing, so we can get rid of that. Update button pad. This set button pad. Set button pad. What is this? Set attribute. Okay, so I think that refreshes certain things, right? So if I go here, I'll do this. Export palette. So get rid of that. Export palette. All right. Changing color. Let's do that. So go here. Make the red blue. Got a bunch of set colors. Back here. If I long press, I can't because I think, and the reason I think I can't, no, maybe I'm not just not handling that. I'm not handling all those events and such. We have key down, but we probably have handle, color, special, whatever. Tool API, handle, key down, handle, key up, handle tool, enter, handle, key to exit, handle key down, handle color picker input, mode, enter edit mode, color it. Isn't there a special somewhere? Okay, if I add enter edit mode with the console worn, hopefully a long press, it tells me, first of all, it's executing all that, but second of all, it should tell me where that came from. So toggle 246, and this got called from 220. Handle pad button down. So handle pad button down. So ugh, all of these things just for the edit mode. Wait, did I not have these here already? No, I already have them. So pad button, handle tool enter, handle tool enter. Oh geez, okay. So handle pad button down, handle pad button up. Boom. And we'll do this. Let's set page. Current page. Even though there's no current page. And then we'll do the same thing here. Update button pad. This.edit mode, exit edit mode. And then we'll do all of these. So this is all edit mode stuff. So we'll do edit mode. And then eventually all the edit mode stuff, hopefully, or a big chunk of it might actually go into its own class and can be reused between, I mean, two components. It might not be worth it, but color editing on buttons seems to be something that I might encounter more than once. So exit edit mode should just set edit mode to false. So setting edit mode to false again, yeah, shouldn't really be necessary. I don't know why I did it. Key down tab. Tab. Yeah, okay, that one we don't need. All right. So if I do this. Okay, so long press worked. Oop. No, wrong one. Oh. What's going on here? 518. God, so much code. It's like doubled the code. And the pen tool was already big. It was already big. 10 pages. Current page val. Current page equals this. This dot current page equals 0. What? What the hell? Why is it doing this now? Okay. I think I'm not initializing certain things that are required. Hold to edit delay, for example. The fuck? All right, I gotta finish now. Hate leaving it like this because it's obviously broken. So the question is, do I want to slow on and try to make it work? Or do I want to go back to the color tool first and clean it up on that side first and separate the page stuff from the palette stuff somehow? Or at least make it a little bit less, you know? Not sure. Because right now, the fact that something that was working isn't working, even though I can't think of anything. Yeah, like why? So let's clear that, right? I'm changing this. Like it's setting the color. There, okay, it's setting the color. But now it's blue. The button didn't get updated. Even though they're using the same CSS variable. So how can the button here be blue? Puzzle pen color 6. And then here... pen color 6 is blue. What the hell is that purple line? Purple line is pen color 7. Why are they shifted? And they're shifted by 1. Did I somehow not make them 0-based or 1-based or something? But that didn't change just now, did it? All right. I'll finish for today. It's getting late. Well, we did a bunch of stuff. I'm a bit at a loss what I'm gonna do with this. If I should just wipe it and start over, because tomorrow I'm not gonna remember. There's a couple of small improvements. I'll probably fill with it and I'll backport some of these things, and then I'll figure it out. Anyway, Rockred Zero, thank you very much for stopping by and helping me out, and everybody else, take care. And bring in the suggestions and the critiques and all the other stuff. Thanks a lot for hanging out.